by their nature, governments are evil. If you don't check on them, the desire of government is to exploit.
Hello and welcome to the Political Oracle. My name is Jasmine Mumba and here I have Michael Ndonye.
Yeah.
And
I'm Isabella.
Yeah, it's so nice to have you with us here today.
Yeah.
We want to talk about an issue that is a matter of interest to many Kenyans.
Yeah.
On 15th October, when news of the passing of Raila broke, we saw that the president was assenting to some 8 bills.
Yeah.
We have the Air Passenger Service Amendment Bill of 2025, whereby the prices of flights increased for international flights was $50 and local flights $600. We have the Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Amendment Bill of 2024, which expanded what counts as online crimes. We have the Privatization Bill, whereby it regulates how government sells its shares in state-owned organizations. We have the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill, which deals with the crypto and online trading. We have the National Land Commission Amendment Bill of 2025, which changed how matters are handled and allowed the commission to review past land allocations and manage compensations for people who are affected by maybe government projects and stuff. We have the Land Amendment Bill of 2024, which updated land ownership and registration rules, whereby it also introduced you can transact electronically with land matters. Yeah. Also, you can confirm the identity of the seller, the digital platform.
Like we do with the cars.
Yes, like that. Then we have the National Police Service Commission Amendment Bill of 2024, which also changed on how police officers are managed. The Inspector General gets more say in promotions and transfers, while the commission now only handles discipline and welfare matters with regards to the police officers. Then lastly, we have the Wildlife Conservation and Management Bill 2023, which focuses on protecting wildlife and compensating people affected by wildlife attacks.
Yeah.
So now this issue had a lot of speculation, whereby some were viewing it as suspicious. The fact that the president was assenting to these bills when people were mourning the passing of Raila.
Raila Odinga kifo chake kilikuwa declared sahihi leo hii kwa Kenya. Mapema asubuhi. William Ruto alisaini bili 8. Ruto akakuwa mwerevu sana. Alisaini hiyo bili asubuhi kwa sababu alijua hii kifo ya Raila itafunika nini? Hizo vitu zote muda uliza wa Kenya.
Yeah.
So could it be that maybe the signing had already been scheduled and Raila's passing was just coincidental? It's not like Ali pass and president was like, letting hizo bills to sign.
Yeah, of course. You have just answered the question, because that was happening in the morning or afternoon of 15. And remember the news of the passing on of Raila Odinga, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga was coming that morning. And I remember it was not until around 9, around 10, that when it was a bit clear that Raila Odinga is not with us. So around 8, no one knew about it. Around 9, the news had now broken. And then around 10, now there was that issue of someone is signing some bills. So I think we need to be very careful as citizens so that we don't chase things that are neither here nor there, and raising a storm and then starting to complain that we are not seeing. You know, they usually say there are people who raise dust and then they are not able to see. Then they start complaining, we cannot see, there is a lot of dust. So it is just dust because assenting of the bills means those bills had gone through the relevant stages that a bill should go, whether it is an amendment bill or it is a new bill. It means they had gone through the public participation, the bills had been taken through the relevant committees, they had gone to parliament, discussed, passed, and then forwarded to the president. And what remains with the president is for the Attorney General, office, to read them and now advise now the president whether to assent or not to assent. Of course, with reasons, because the president can either assent or return them to parliament or to National Assembly for further revisions. So he assented. So number one argument is that those bills did not just originate with the president during on that
day. Yeah.
Two, it means they had gone through the stages and they were in his desk. Two, for ascending of the bills, the president does not do it without witnesses. Whenever the president is ascending to the bills, there are people who are there. Number one, the owners of the bill, they are there. The Attorney General is there. So this is something that is scheduled. It is not something that the president wakes up and ile makaratasi iko wapi Mama Rachel. Kuna kitu kama hiyo. Ati anaamka anaambia Mama Rachel kuna makaratasi ilikuwa hapa. Lete to sign. No. It is something that is scheduled. So to me, just like you were saying, this is something that was scheduled and it was just coincidental. That during that period when they had scheduled that event, now it was, we were getting the news of passing on of Right Honorable Raila
Odinga.
So we should not read too much into that. There are many other things to read into in Ruto's government than those ones. Yeah. To the best of my knowledge, we have a lot of things to look into Ruto's government that we should be raising apart from looking into such kind of, let me call it, they are neither here nor there. Yeah.
Okay.
I heard the agencies walisema wanarelease it after
tumemaliza kuomboleza.
kuomboleza baba. So we can raise maybe the bills you signed are not good in this way, in that way. Okay. So we should raise issues from the subject matter of the bill. Not raising issues on they were signed during when tulikuwa tunaomboleza. Those are two different things. Yeah, the subject matter of the bill ziko sio mzuri ziko. Lakini we should not raise the issue based on the fact that ati alisign when we were mourning. Now, if he signed when we were mourning, then there is nothing to raise there. Yeah.
Okay, with taking the angle on the amendment bill of cybersecurity, I feel like this mixed reaction on social media has come up from, they feel like people are feeling like President Ruto is trying to limit our freedom of speech. Yeah, with reference, you remember during the Gen Z protests, people were being kidnapped based on what they had said on social media. So maybe they are viewing it in an angle that Ruto signed the bill, so to try and suppress their freedom of speech. But okay, there is a positive side. When you look at social media nowadays, more so TikTok, Facebook, there's come this trend. There's this trend coming up of people, maybe when there is an accident, you go there, be the first one, take pictures, take raw pictures, graphic pictures, and post them for views, follows. And if you do a research or an analysis, you realize that such pictures are the ones that get more views, more comments. And you know, people, that is what feeds social media, of which is wrong. So I feel this cybersecurity amendment bill will help curb that one. And also there is this, people drawing words anywhere, just think of something, make a rumor, then there is that tension. So let's view it in the positive way. It will help curb the the misuse of social media and actually make social media, like we use social media well for its purpose. As apart from feeling like the bill was passed to oppress our freedom of speech.
Yeah, and of course, I like that, Bella, because the question is, it means you have read the bill.
Yeah, sure.
Now, the problem with many Kenyans is that they raise issues of something they don't know. If you ask many Kenyans, have they read the bill? Are they able to raise issues? And that is why I've said that is where we should base our argument on, not on the issue of the barbers. We should base our argument on where is this bill curtailing our rights as citizens and giving the state and the government power to misuse the resources that they have, especially to curtail the freedom of expression. So if Kenyans are able to analyze the bill from that point, then they can present their case and say, okay, look here. This bill is not good because of 1, 2, 3. Now we will be having a constructive conversation with our government. But when we raise now issues of, they were assented in a hurry, they were assented when we were mourning. Now, is that an argument? Surely, that's political. And I think young people need, because we are trying to look up to the young people to be a bit sober and to raise matters based on evidence, based on constructive, even as we criticize the government. We need to do that constructively. And we have always told them that we will always tell you the truth, nothing but the truth. If you are doing badly, you are doing badly. If you are doing good, we will tell you. So I think Kenyans need to be participants in the process of lawmaking and the process of policies that guides the institutions. So that conversation can never be constructive as long as we are being burdened with some kind of side shows. And I like what Bella is saying. Yes, there are those things that we need to check in. But also, we also need to be very keen so that we don't let the government become excess. Because by their nature, governments are evil. If you don't check on them, the desire of government is to exploit, is to make sure they can work without being checked. And that is why checking them without emotions is very important, so that you can tell them, this is something wrong, this is right, and that will work for us. So, and I like that approach. If the bills were passed, we need to ask ourselves, what are those clauses in that bill that we think they are not good? And now, before even we blame President William Ruto, because we devolved powers, can we go back to our MPs who passed that thing? The committees that went through the bill and they passed it as it was and took it to the president. Because we usually see the president, but we don't see there are some people in parliament who are MPs, women reps, senators, through who the bills went through and they voted. So that we don't seem to assume that the government has all the powers in this world. He has no power. His power is given just like others. And we should hold accountable all our leaders, the leaders who are in the value chain of bill making. And that value chain ends with the president. So before we say, president, can we also look at our legislature? Why did they pass the bill? Before it was forwarded to the president, why did the committee sit down and give to National Assembly a bill that was exploitative? Just that. Because unless we do that, then we will never be objective. And as I said before, we will never have good leaders until we construe them in our minds. Because there is no one who is an angel. We are not governments of angels. We don't elect angels. They have weaknesses. William Ruto has a weakness. All our MPs have weaknesses. And it is upon us to guide them as well and to be partisan in the governance of our country. And the young people have the advantage to do that. But they can only do that successfully if they do that constructively. Yeah.
I feel like Kenyans, we formed this habit of picking the negative side of something and magnifying it. So if we try to look at the list of the bills that were passed, there are positives. Like, for example, that one for wildlife and their relationship with
Humans, yes.
And the compensation for people who are maybe relocated because of government projects. So you see, those ones are positive, but no one is talking about them. And in the end, if these bills, let's say if these bills were not included, we are the same people who start saying, you know what, you people relocate us, but you don't compensate us. You people, we are dealing here with elephants, and when we decide to take matters into our hands, then everything is chaos. We don't look at this. But now they've looked at it. But what we are focusing on is the negative, and the negative is what has been magnified. So I feel like Kenyans, we should teach ourselves to sit down, analyze, and try to see the pros and cons of everything before we magnify something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, even also to add on that, hata tu kwa hiyo amendment bill ya computer misuse and cyber crimes, ukiangalia, it expands what counts as online crime, like sasa using phone calls, SIM swap, fraud.
On the same case, when Ojwang died, and people raised money to help Ojwang's father, there's this type of conning that has come called similar. Yeah, where people similar SIM cards, withdraw whatever you have in your account. Like basically they have two SIM cards that actually operate like yours. You see, that's cyber crime. And they are trying to curb it. But now we are trying to focus on the negative side of them, trying to suppress our freedom of speech.
Yeah,
sure. Of course, in every bill, the government has some interest. That's one we should not discount. In every thing that government does, in their policies and all those things, in the laws that they create, they try to have an interest. Of course, those are the interests we should check so that we limit them. So it is a good thing, but people must learn to critique the government constructively. The bills are good. They are meant for us. And that is why I'm saying, if we start now thinking, these bills went through some stages and they were passed, we need now to start thinking, why is it that our representatives passed that bill, it went all through the processes, and it was given to the president. Why is that they had to schedule it so that, because even if Raila Odinga never died on that day, it means if the bills were scheduled, they would have been assented by the president.
Yeah.
So if we remove the side shows, I think we'll be able to see clearly why some of these bills are more important. The issue of cybercrime, I think, as she has said, is something that is becoming a bit a headache. Not only for individuals, for both natural persons and also for artificial persons. Those are organizations, companies, businesses. Businesses and peoples are being conned every day. And unless we try to put checks on the cyber use and on the use of the new technologies, then we'll have problems, chaos, people will be called, and of course we'll lose. So I think we need to check on that. Of course, the other bit, the one of privatization, is something we have been fighting. Because in this country, I can tell you, I don't know what is the spirit of that bill. But Kenyans need to stop being conservative, especially our leaders, with our state corporations. Most state corporations are not working at all. They make losses, but we keep pumping our money into organizations which are stalled. Take, for example, our universities. I'm not saying they are going to be privatized as per the bill, but this is something we need to rethink. Why is it that private universities are functioning and private universities do not get any funding from the government? They don't get capitation. Then you go to a public university where the lecturers are paid by the government. You get everything, development, everything, infrastructure is done by the government. But they are performing poorly. They have no money. But in a private university, they are funding their staff using the little money they are generating. It's about mismanagement. Why should we continue having public institutions which are not working, which are wasting away not only our money, but also our next generation? And if you look at not only that, there are state corporations in this country. Like I remember when William Ruto came to power, and he was saying he wanted to privatize a number of corporate organizations. And one of them, I think, was the discussion about, was it KICC? And he was saying this organization, this particular company, whatever it is, company or whatever it is, this house, this building belongs to government. But the government makes very little out of it. But we keep pumping money into it. But if we give it to a private person, a private company, we will be able to get money out of it. So why should we have state organizations that we are pumping money for the sake of it? For we are having them to just kusemekane ati kuna
state organization.
I can tell you the only thing that is working now for the government in a very little way are secondary schools. I can tell you secondary schools, you never even know whether they are private and public secondary schools. They are working secondary schools. And to an extent some primary schools. Because unajua kunanga private secondary school ni kidogo. Mingi ni
public.
But they are functioning. But you come to universities and they are collapsing because of mismanagement, whereas a lot of taxpayers' money is being pumped into those. And I can mention as many state corporations as possible where we pump our money, and then there is a lot of incompetence in those organizations. You even go there, we are pumping a lot of money there, and you realize there is no pen. There are no photocopying papers. Photocopying paper and a pen. Hii kalamu ya 10 bob inakuanga na street. Obama, there is no Obama pens and Obama pen. But if you go to their accounts, those people are getting millions of money. But because it is free government money, they misuse it. So if we start talking privatization, the age of state corporations and state companies was 20th century. We are in the 21st century. Privatize that which you cannot handle and get money out of it. Know how to make money work for you and not to work for money. And it's a new concept, even if governments want to be wealthy, if governments want to be free, the governments must go to the new way of doing business in 2025. Because the government is in business. And that is why they are lacking money, because they don't invest. They have bad investment mentality of the 19th and 20th century. Now we are having problems of overtaxation. So if we are pumping 50 million in this organization per year, and it is giving us 20 million, why don't we give it to someone who can work on it, produce their money, and give us the 50 million instead of us making
losses?
And that is the discussion we need to have about privatization. But there are people in this country wanafikiria kama zamani. Wanasema, oh, you are privatizing government because they benefit from those corporations. And that is being selfish. And I wish William Ruto would continue with what he had from the beginning. Privatize organizations that do not give us money. We should know which organization is making losses, which organization is making profit. If it is making loss when it is in the hands of the government, give it to a private person. Give them to private service providers, private developers, people who can develop and people who can give the government money to be able to run our business. And of course, there are many other, depending on how they are going to have it, all those bills. And we need to read the bills, and after reading, bring out the issues that are controversial, that are extractive, instead of just blaming everything wholesale.
And I think actually that is what the privatization bill aims to accomplish, because basically it addresses how the government sells its shares. So government shares in state-owned companies. It removes parliament's approval and gives the treasury full control over which companies can be sold and how sales are done. So the treasury would be in a better state to determine how...
Without the interference of politics.
Yes.
Because if you let politics lead our investment, then we are done. I don't know why Kenya, we run with politics and we assume that the National Assembly should guide everything. Whereas people who go to the National Assembly, sometimes they are not competent enough. They can defend themselves, oh, we are honorable members. You are honorable member, but we have not seen anything honorable for over 60 years that we have had them.
Yeah.
Because they go fighting for their own interests. Like the treasury is made up of economists. These are people who actually know some very simple ways of having Kenya generate money from its properties. And if that is so, you can list some of these organizations. Let them bring money so that we also ease citizens from the burden of them having their money being pumped to resuscitate organizations that have stalled for
many years.
And I remember there was a time we would pump, for example, a lot of money into Kenya Airways. Every other time the parliament is passing bills to pump money into Kenya Airways from the time of Kibaki. It's a shame for this country. If these honorable members have never seen this thing is not waking up, can we give it to a private person who can give us money? Our problem is money. The only enemy we have in this country is money. Poverty is our enemy. Not the issue of legacy, so you want this and that. No. If something is not giving Kenya money, leave it. And because of the incompetence of the public service, people who are employed because they are relatives and they are incompetent, they fake certificates, we know that. They are there because they were brought, then you go to those offices and you find them sleeping. You find them on WhatsApp. There are no people who are on social media at 8, at 9 a.m., apart from public servants. In private organizations, people are working and delivering results. They have key performance indicators. In public university, there is a lot of laziness, a lot of laxity. They just don't care as long as they receive the salary at the end of it and you say it. And that is there.
Yeah.
We can run away from this because they will say, blah, 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 blah. But there is a lot of laxity and laziness and incompetence in the public service. Yeah. So, and that is if the government can come up with the way of privatizing some of these. I don't want to call them white elephants because they are not white elephants. They are sleeping giants. It can mean well for this country. And what is the need of you owning a liability? We should convert all our property into assets and not liabilities. Something which is very simple. But it will require someone who wants to think about the future to do that. And one of them is actually to remove that from the incompetent honorable members. If they want to say they are competent, let them show us the way. And I don't think there is other way we can tell them. And if they think they are competent, we should see their competence in the next few years. Yeah.
Okay. Now, back to the issue of President Ruto signing the 8 bills while people were mourning. We have determined that it was actually a scheduled event, imepitia the necessary steps. Now, assuming, basi kama angesema ana postpone so that we mourn, would it have made any difference?
No, it wouldn't have made
any difference.
The country should not stop. And one of the reasons why there was a need to harakisha the burial of Baba is so that there is no this kind of appropriation or misuse of the mourning by some Kenyans who are not of good intention to stop businesses, to loot, expose themselves to, like now, some 4 Kenyans or 3 have been killed. Do you think Raila Odinga would have wanted people to die because of his code?
No.
Yeah. No one should die. And when a life is lost, it's lost. You don't live once. You don't live twice. You only live once. You die, you die. And the country should not stop because someone has died. Yes, it is good to mourn, but people need, at the end of the day, to eat. They need to feed their children. They need to cater for their bills. It doesn't mean that this person is not important. It only means life has continued. And that has been the cycle of life. Every one of us will go and the world will move on. So whenever such a person dies, then the country, the government and the state must be wise enough to know how are we going to handle this situation so that people, the country does not degenerate to chaos, does not degenerate to insecurity, because it's a time of emotion. Remember also, this is not just the father of the nation. He was a father to someone. And imagine, I was trying to see, what do you think someone like Winnie, someone like Mama Ida feels when the body of their husband is out there and insecure? What do you think they are feeling? They are saying, although alikuwa ni kiongozi wa nchi, but ni kwetu, I don't know Prime Minister. Me, I'm seeing a father. I'm seeing my husband who requires honor, who requires to be handled in a way that is honored. So you don't just take the body away like that, expose the body to people who want to take it to Kibra. And of course, that is why they said the funeral should be private and attended by a few people. It's a family affair first before it is a national affair. Yeah.
Okay. That's very educative. Now, on this matter, let's go to the angle of the media.
Yeah.
Given that tuliona reaction ya most people was towards the matter of the bills being signed when people are mourning, rather than what the bills aimed to address. What role do you think maybe the media played and how it can actually undermine the state of the nation?
The media, especially the legacy media, will continue telling them. Sometimes they fail because they run with the side issues and forget the key issues. I think it was the work of the media to tell Kenyans what the truth really is. Instead of running with the side shows of reporting or how the people are saying Ruto assented the bill in a hurry, the media should not be carried, especially the legacy media, should not be carried by such side shows. The media has the role to educate, to inform, and to entertain. Now, educating and informing. Informing means you give the people information. Educating means you give them something extra over what you have said. That means if people are complaining about the bills were rushed, then it is upon the media. Yes, you have already given that information to the people. However, you need to decode the situation under which the bills go through, and what are the possibilities that whatever the public perception is, what is the probability that they are right? You get?
Yes.
So decoding that information is very important so that Kenyans learn and the public learn to be a bit objective and to have a third eye in everything that they say about the government. And the media has a role, but sometimes the media fails us because they chase the side shows, they chase the sensationalism, and sometimes they even resort to exactly what we used to call yellow journalism. And it is very unfortunate in 2025. I think the media has a role to do that. And it is unfortunate that sometimes they don't do that. And that is why if the media continue chasing such sensational
stories,
narratives, then the media, as we used to know it, especially the traditional media, is going to have less or little or reduced lifespan.
Okay. Now, as we conclude, what do you think maybe can be done to curb this situation? On the broader angle, hata tukiachana legacy media, we also have social media platforms. Kuna mtu ataenda TikTok atengeze video, umeona kitu imefanyika, like, so in as much as maybe on a personal level you can make an effort and try to educate someone, bado kuna the misinformation online.
Of course, we need to know that the public usually listen to alternative when the mainstream media fails to do their work. If there is someone who comes here with fake news, call them fake news, and the public are chasing fake news, is because they have not gotten the true news. Because the public must get news. Take it from that perspective. People must look for news. If they don't get the right news and they find the fake news, they will consume fake news. They must consume news. And this is the thing. And then when people are used to consuming fake news, junk news is addictive. And then the media, which is mainstream, now start seeing people are now drawn to junk news. And then the mainstream media start now making junk news because they are conforming to the demands of the public. But if you go back to where the rain started beating them, is when they failed to give the correct news, and they left the power with the social media, which is not regulated, to give the public junk news to an extent that the public are now addicted to junk news. I will call it like that because it's junk. So the media should come back and know the public need good, credible news, objective news. If they give objective news that is useful to the public will come back to consuming the correct thing. It's just like food. You feed people with bad food, they will get used to bad food so that it will be very hard for you to take them back to the correct food. It's just like what we call the indigenous foods. I know most of you, when you go to hotel, you better ask for chips kuku instead of ugali managu. Why? It's because you were fed into that. But if you want to go back, you remember this other one was called the food of the poor. Ugali ya wimbi ni ya maskini. You understand? Boga ni za maskini. Unakula boga kwa nini? Unaelewa? So it came to your mind, okay, this is for the poor people. Now when the doctor goes and he tells you, okay, you used to believe in this kind of food, rice, chips, chicken, achana nayo. What should I eat? Go instead of soda, drink a lot of water. And for you used to say, when we go to heaven, we will be drinking soda. You think soda is a paradise and bread. Then the doctor tells you, no, go back and make sure you don't take soda. Beverages, take a lot of water. Okay. Avoid sleeping so much and driving every time. Whereas you said, okay, mimi siwezi tembea kama pata musika. Mimi lazima ni drive. You know, that kind of a thing. It sets your mind. The mainstream media need to create credible news. The mainstream media need to have news that is consistent, credible, objective, news that people identify with, and return the consumption of the people from consuming junk and this other news to consuming credible news, and then we come. So that is what they need to do. To give people information without bias, give people information without being guided by the consumerist kind of ideology, but they need to be guided by the core values that guides news. And that means they do extra work. Yeah, they do extra work.
Okay. Thank you so much, Daktari, for your insights. This has been the Talkchat podcast, the only place where we not only analyze but inform and educate. To our new viewers, consider subscribing, sharing, and liking our video. To our returning subscribers, keep in touch with us and stay updated on the latest analysis. I've been your host, Jasmine Mumba. Bye.